Children's Arena, the site of this all-important matchup for the two teams. The Oshawa Outlaws in white and the Ohsweken Bears in black, getting the first possession, running right to left. I'm Matthew Kerrigan for the JVI Sports Network and the Arenalacrosseleague. As Tuguri will pass up to John St. John, and we'll be watching his point count today. 8 assists away from the top spot in the league and 8 points as well. Chris Atwood, meanwhile, ran through the crease, so he can't chase down this loose ball. After the shot, it comes back down after play. Over to the far side where Josh Gilray had then gone through the crease. Gareth Haig on his horse to get back and take transition away from the Ohsweken Bears. That shot from Eddie Renaud, the newcomer to the Bears roster. Recent trade acquisition. Could be very busy on the offensive side for Ohsweken here today. Gareth Haig sees a lane, goes to the crease, takes the shot, and gets called in the crease. That was Mark Sands, the crew chief, making the call. He's out there with Mark Smith and Delaney DuPont, the 3 officials. Kent Baker print up outside. That shot from the far side comes from Alex Henry. It's in on Ryan Schutzkowski, who puts his perfect 2-0 record on the line today with a 15.0 goals against average. Going up against the top goaltender in average, .974 for Chase Martin, who has a 2-2 record. Bouncing around the outside, Gilmore sends it to St. John. His shot right in on net, and no rebound there for Jake Gilmore. Pass up the near side. DeWitt Martin finds Dalen Burning off the bench. Burning had a hat trick and 4 points the last time these two teams played. 17-11 Ohsweken win, one of just 2 wins on the season for the Bears. They're looking for a victory to keep pace with the Toronto Monarchs, who already have a victory, who dropped their game this weekend. Late in the Bears shot clock here. No time for Kane Kettle to turn and shoot. Outlaws jog it over center. Meanwhile, for them, they're sitting on 4 wins. There's a pair of teams who face off in the final game of the weekend with 5. So crucial for the Outlaws to get one here as John St. John shoots over top of the net. On the run, Gareth Haig sent it off the pipe and out. Haig with 15 goals, 28 points on the season. Has him tops. Second on the team, behind Chris Atwood. Haig will chase this down away. Actually took it away from Atwood. Now to the outside board, St. John in behind the net. Shot clock approaching 10 seconds. Out to Graham Bergsma. Shot in on Martin. And St. John couldn't quite take that away, but Chris Atwood, more pressure, blindly behind his back. We'll find number 7, and as he turned the corner, the ball popped free, and it'll land in the crease of Martin. Kane Kettle. Eddie Renaud back here now for Burning. Shot got reset. Schutzkowski behind his net. Had to hustle back. He was worried about the quick break, but there was no one home. Riley Morgan now down floor. Martin out of his crease. Ryan Haig can go after him. Fair game if the goaltender leaves, but Alexa just watched the play develop with DeWitt Martin. Played 4 minutes of scoreless lacrosse so far here in this first quarter. Scheduled for 4:15s if you're new to the Arenalacrosseleague. Same rulebook as the NLL. Josh Taguri, far side, the return pass intended for Nick Andrioli. Bounced Aaron in the corner. Comes back up top for St. John. Taguri sets him a screen. Far side, Bergsma coming back for Gilmore. He'll find St. John in the corner. Behind his back, picked out by Andrioli late in the shot clock. His diving shot attempt not on the mark. The Bears, by the way, without their top 3 scorers, James Whiteford, Lucas Beaver, and Lane Smith, all not in this game. Austin Patty backing up Chase Martin. St. John down the near side. There's motion in through the middle. That was Gilmore cutting. Couldn't find the ball. Bounce right to Patrick Timothy, who comes in transition and opens the scoring. The strip, the streak, and the score for Patrick Timothy. The Bears, by the way, in that 17-11 victory, did not trail at all. It was led by a 5-goal run through the second period that had their lead to the biggest 8-2. Early movement there against Ryan Haig, one of the better face-off takers in the league. Kyle Pedwell. Back here for Burning. Pedwell has it again, watching a huge traffic jam through the middle. Pedwell for Burning. Now Sear jumped up there and took that play away. Under 10 on the shot clock as it's ripped from up top. 5 minutes gone in this first quarter. 1-0 Bears. Here's Atwood. From outside, finds the cutter. And they score, Jeff McNulty. So Haig back to the face-off dot against Peyton McIntosh. McIntosh won it into his own end. Bounced off a player and back. Right to Austin Bloombergs. Well, they credited St. John and Gilray with assists there, putting him 4 assists, 4 points away from second place. Just Parker Pfeiffer as the shot comes in and they score. The Bears get their lead back. Eddie Renault. Welcome to the Ohsweken Bears. Could be a big afternoon for number 45 in his Ohsweken debut. Back to the face-off dot. It sat there for a while before Peyton Wallace ran into it. Takes the shot on the run. Let's finish the thought on St. John now. 4 points back of Parker Pfeiffer, 4 assists back of second, 45-49. 52 is the leader, Devin Pfeiffer, in points. Pass all the way back up top. Turning and firing Kyle Pedwell. Up top for Haig. It's restarted. St. John outside. Goes all the way across floor. Feeding through. McNulty looking for the dive. It's in. Josh Gilray. Ties this back at 2, does Gilray. 8 minutes to play in the quarter. Earlier today, by the way, Whitby and Six Nations. We had about 8 goals already at this point in the game. Be sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel and look for that one as it was exciting through the first half. Noah Millsap controlling the face-off. This time they give the assist to McNulty and Bergsma. Gilmore running in. A comeback for Chris Atwood. Long way from home, the shot from Gareth Haig. Into Martin. Flip from Kettle. He'll go to Burning and then sets a big screen. And we are past the halfway mark of the period, which means it's the officials' timeout. A 2-2 tie between Oshawa and Oshawa. John St. John will get plays started back in, puts the brakes on, and they get to talk about the play during that basically free timeout. Him and Gareth Haig running in together. Patrick Timothy thought he saw a lane to go after perhaps goal number 2 for him. 7 minutes left in the quarter. Tied 2-2. Ball to the outside. Over the top, behind the back. The pick and roll works to perfection. As Alex Henry sets up. I believe this might be Renault again. Ryan Haig working with Peyton McIntosh. Indeed, that is Renault's second of the game. Blake Halliday, Peyton Wallace going after the loose ball down in the corner. And it will be reset here on the side of Oshawa as the pair of fours went at each other. Wallace still jousting in front of the net. Now they go quick stick near side to McNulty. Couldn't put it in, running into it. Austin Bloomberg's big collision. Everyone goes down, and no one within half a floor of Kieran Costello, who's robbed by Schutzkowski. Costello had to touch it as he tapped the crease. Costello gets back in defensive position now, watching Gilmore and St. John. All the way across floor to Atwood. Atwood looking to spring. Bloomberg's on the far side. Martin, 4 seconds to clear the crease, so he came out, and then 8 to clear half. Got clear of both of those numbers in due time. Burning. Now for Pedwell. Up top, Henry. Ball down on the far side. Unable to pick up is Renault. Jake Strasser all over him. On the run, Renault takes the shot in his early hat-trick bid. 3-on-2, back the other way. Andrioli, low shot on Martin, who covers the 5-hole. Both of these teams, by the way, firing at roughly 13 goals per game. 12.8 for Oshawa, 12.9 for Oshawa. Despite their records. On the run, a low shot from Henry. Rebound picked up by Oshawa. Ryan Nolan will lead it. Now leaves it back for McNulty. On to the far side, Graham Bergsma. St. John for McNulty. Far side, big high step. Martin the save. Rebound to the corner. St. John looked like he was going to pick it up cleanly, and Caden Kettle got there, but then St. John does get it and throws it away as Atwood cut back to his left. The ball came right. Nearing 4 minutes to go in this quarter. 3-2 for Oshawa. Big collision there, no room for the ball carrier. Now looking to the stick side of Schutzkowski. Henry up top. Him and Renault working that left side as they've done so far through this first quarter. Henry picks up and turns and fires in on Schutzkowski, and then he got upstairs on Niall Sear. Not sure what precipitated that, but it will be the first power play of the game to Oshawa, and it'll go to Alex Henry. Atwood will start the Outlaws power play that's running at a 62% clip so far this season. Oshawa killing off 53 of their penalty kill chances. Atwood top spot, St. John. Only one left to touch it is down here in the near corner. That's where they go to Gilmore for the quick stick and just missed. Atwood hustling to take this 2-on-1 away. The one back is St. John. And now Peyton McIntosh slows things down, waiting for the offensive unit. Kent Baker Printup and others to get out. Jackson Martin back in the corner to Baker Printup. Shot clock down to 6 when he releases. He's coming back close to that center line where Costello crashes with his man, and it'll be a shot clock violation. Taking the Outlaws power play time down to a minute right now. Gilmore, Atwood, continuing through that far side. St. John has touched it now. Atwood cuts through. Shot comes from Bloomberg's. And the ball too far for St. John to pick up, so Martin will give it off here to Anthony Tiamico. 30 seconds to go. The Bears can't kill all of it. They can get pretty close. Shot from Burning just lifted towards the net, wide. Burning gave a parting shot to his man as Ryan Haig ran off with the ball. Haig will leave here for St. John. Gilmore out there with Gareth Haig. Far side, Atwood. Last one out is Gilray. Gilmore, low shot from Atwood, rings off the back dasher. Gareth Haig picks it up and rips. Don't know that's officially going to be a power play or not. But what I do know is we're tied 3-3 with 1:39 to go in the quarter. Ryan Haig, the clean face-off win. Assist by number 33, Taguri leaving here for Haig as they get the draw team off. All tied up at threes. St. John far side, he's got a screen. Here's the shot from Bloomberg's. That scores. And the first lead of the day for the Outlaws, who are up 4-3. That's 3 times now in this period for Haig. Out of the corner, Renault. No room, so he'll come back for Kyle Pedwell. That shot staggered Schutzkowski, it looked like, who now stands back tall. Jackson Martin. All the way up top for Baker Printup. Looked like Chase Martin was on his way to the bench, but stands his ground. Pedwell's pass. Intended there for Renault, bounced to Aaron. And look at the ball movement here, getting the shot and picked up over the shoulder chance from Henry. Renault at center, steps on the line. And that's an over and back violation. Shuskowski will come to the bench now. Joe Hiltz not calling the timeout. Can only use one per half. And Gilray will hold up right inside center. Sixth attacker is out there. Gilray directing traffic. Gilmore to St. John in front. Bloomberg's already with one. Timothy has one as well. Picked up the rebound and popped out of his stick through the rafters all the way down and taken off the line by Taguri. 4-3 the score for the hometown Oshawa Outlaws, trying to keep pace in that battle for second here against Oshawa. We have more Arenalacrosseleague action here from Children's Arena on the JVI Sports Network. Hagen McIntosh crouch over the face-off to get the second quarter underway. Teams have switched sides, which means Oshawa, as they grab this draw, will go left to right here in the middle stanza. That one rolls out. Niall Sear there to pick it up. He'll run away from Ryan Shuskowski. Still Chase Martin, who allowed 11 goals in that earlier game. Was Jackson Brown, who's not here today, in net in that 17-11 Oshawa victory earlier on this season. D'Amico. He'll stomp up along the outside boards. Seven of those 17 Oshawa goals missing from today's lineup. As they cut through, doesn't look like it's going to matter as they tie it up early on in this quarter. Kyle Pedwell inside the first minute of the quarter. Ties the game up at 4. Bouncing ball still inside, and Gareth Haig picks it, spins, and scores his second of the game. The tie lasted all of 11 seconds. Burning and marking pick up assists. Here's Gilray bouncing around. That was, of course, on the Pedwell goal that opened the quarter. Haig's goal unassisted. He now has 2 points, 5-4. Here's the lead for his Oshawa Outlaws. In comes DeWitt Martin. He'll stop right at the restraining line. Ball near side to Henry. Quickly back across the floor. Dalen Burning. Now Renaud. Eddie Renaud had a step on Taguri. He likes to come all the way back up top for Kettle. And that one tipped away. Ryan Nolan taking in the outside boards. Shuskowski just stood his ground. His man was coming in. Collision behind the play. 3-on-1 back the other way, however, with Taguri. Onto the doorstep. Sear collided with D'Amico. And then Timothy hit hard. Blake Halliday. Ups the pass, big chop there from the Outlaws. Chase Martin already on the bench, so there was already a penalty coming. Pedwell's going to try and pick again. Nolan gets to the corner first, though, as the ball continues to bounce around. Finally picked up by Oshawa, and it will be a slashing call against the Outlaws that puts the 53% power play of the Oshawa Bears to work. A reminder that 35 of their season total goal is not in the lineup today from James Whiteford, Layton Smith, Lucas Beaver. So we'll see what this power play looks like, not only without them, but with the addition of Eddie Renaud. Up top, Kent Baker print up that one. Tipped off a body, so there was going to be no over and back. Not the goaltender, though, so shot clock continues to tick down. 5 seconds to shoot now. Baker print up on the crease. Henry scores. Power play goal ties this game up. And then Ryan Hagg winning another faceoff clean. Timothy nearly off to the breakaway again. But Taguri there to intercept. Atwood to the outside. Atwood from his wrong side turns and fires. And you would say you don't like that shot, especially early in the clock, but you like all shots from Atwood. And how about all the shots from Timothy? Gets knocked down on the breakaway, still scores, and will give Oshawa the lead. Timothy's second in transition. Makes it 6-5 for the Bears as they've retaken the lead. Already the third lead change of this game. Hagg lost it, but right in front of Andrioli. So Nick Andrioli will bring it in. 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter. Out from the outside. That was Gareth Hagg giving it off to St. John. His hit pops the ball free. Gilray picks it from the pile. And a skipper in on Chase Martin. It's bouncing back and forth in his crease. And finally the defense there to help him out. D'Amico quickly back across to Eddie Renaud. Renaud spins back, gets around his screen. Kettle all by himself. Renaud takes it in and gets drilled, cutting across the front of the net.
What are you calling? That's a legal hit. This isn't hockey. You're allowed to check the net.
Renaud gets up, and we'll see what this penalty call is. But Renaud took a shot. He came across the front of the crease. 5-minute elbowing penalty. And a big opportunity now for the Ohsweken Bears. Henry. Baker prints up top. Playing catch. Keeping the ball high. Players snuck in behind the net now. Baker prints up off the glass. I don't know if that was a set play or not, but running into it was Kyle Pedwell. Unless he just read that really well. 25 seconds gone in the penalty. Outlaws are going to have no sense of urgency here with Bloomberg's keeping it high. Hagg. Again, keeping it to the outside. Bloomberg's going to come set the screen. Hagg rips a shot. It's bouncing behind Martin. And it drops right in front of Bloomberg's and goes back the way of the Bears. We'll have a roughly 4 minutes of power play time with which to work. Baker prints up top. Renaud is through the middle. Henry, the ball carrier, takes the shot and Shuskowski is going to make sure there's no rebound. Played up the near side. Chris Atwood, the lone man down floor. Atwood with 18 goals, on the season. 12 of them on the power play. Looking for a short-handed one there. Baker print up to the far side. Pedwell now out of the corner. Back down to the crease. Henry's quick shot. Shuskowski stands his ground. Bounce shot to Nick Webb. Webb trying to find any kind of help and finally gets it with Atwood off the bench. 8.5 to go here in the second quarter. 1 goal lead for Oshawa. Over the shoulder, cutting through was McNulty. Meanwhile, back the other way. Yamiko. Pedwell got the ball, turned and shot, and Shuskowski makes the save. Up for Taguri. He's got Sear with him, but also 3 Oshawa defenders. Off the bench, Haig rips. Going to beat his man into the loose ball as well. And Chase Martin coming out to play the body on Haig. Martin all over Haig. They will reset, so he must have it in there. Does the Outlaw forward. 1-on-3. Was 1-on-4 when Martin now backed out. And Gareth Haig, is he going to break free? No way. All by himself. He's up top now. Still being harassed by the defense and nearly skipped it in. Atwood from range rips on Martin, who makes the save. Gareth Haig is going to get all the head taps when he gets off to the bench. Assuming he ever leaves the floor. He's now slipped, and I think there may be a gap in the carpet, perhaps. Oh, the official's timeout. That makes a lot more sense here at Children's Arena. Power play. Play blown back in, under 2 minutes to go in the major power play here for the Bears. Still looking for their first of a possible 2 markers. Baker print up to the shooter spot. Pedwell now taking quarterback position. As they slide around, it'll be Renault that comes up top. Moving screen on the far side, though, takes the ball away. Sear. Up and across center, under 7 to go. In a 6-5 second quarter, the lead on the side of the Bears. Gilmore to St. John. Cross crease, Bloomberg's, it's in. And another point for St. John. 2 more will put him second in points in the league. But how about back-to-back goals for Austin Bloomberg's? This one shorthanded. Bloomberg's, thank you. Blum, thank you. I'll fix it. McIntosh and Haig back to the face-off circle. McIntosh that pushes back to his goaltender. Martin had a bit of trouble with it. Haig does go after him this time. Ball passed away now, and Baker prints up, keeps it alive in the corner. 55 seconds now left in this power play. Renault. Working out of the corner. Renault up top. Fires hard off the end glass. I want Nick Webb to go chase that one down, but as it gets to Chase Martin, that's where it stops. 6 to go in the quarter. It's about 10 seconds extra on the penalty clock over the shot clock, so we'll see what the Outlaws do. But, well, they go Atwood to St. John for the shot, and then they pick it up with 24 left in the penalty. As I was about to say that slowing things down, not really in the lexicon of Chris Atwood over the years. But he'll now just kind of saunter around on the near side and await their man to get back on the floor. Penalty is over. How about a +1 on a major penalty kill with a shorthanded goal for the Oshawa Outlaws? Gilray has to leave it with the shot clock sounding. A couple of big high steps across center from D'Amico. Henry. Sear gets the lead pass, sends a low shot off the left foot of Martin and up out of play. McNulty will restart, under 5 to go here in the first half, all knotted at 6s. Gilray chases it down out of the corner. Atwood through the middle, his shot must have been in the crease, I believe, as Martin will send it across. Chase Martin to DeWitt Martin, that was. Now intercepted by Atwood, racing off to the bench. That was Noah Millsap, and then finessed in by Atwood. On the doorstep, Haig trying to grab a rebound that wasn't even there. He's been playing with Martin. You know, there's been a bunch of players in this game who have been in winter ball here in Ontario with each other for, I mean, it's closing in on a decade in most cases. And quite familiar with each other. And those that like to have fun, like Atwood and the Haig boys, definitely do so. Here's Tompkinson. Zach Tompkinson bringing it in. It'll be flipped to Blumbergs. Blumbergs on a pair of goals. Hasn't been corrected on the last name. Blumbergs feeding Gilray through, and defender went with him. Blake Holiday there to break up the play, and Gilray ran through the crease. So it's going to be Bears ball with 3.5 to go. Working out of the corner. Ball comes all the way up over top of everybody to Eddie Renault. The return back to the far side, too far, although Burning does pick it back up. Renault over the top. This is where he's so dangerous on the run. That shot into the legs of Schutzkowski, made the save, but then rebound picked up by Henry. Alex Henry already with a power play goal in this game. Near side skip shot from Kittle. Schutzkowski hangs on to everything. Webb can't find Blumbergs. Jumping up to save the play, Nolan. Down in the corner. Both teams have a timeout they can use, one per half. We'll watch for those as we get down the stretch here, about 30 seconds away from the 2-minute warning. Blumbergs. There's the Hattie. And 7 for the Outlaws, who retake the lead. This game has gone back and forth throughout this first half. See if either team can put a run together in the final 2:23 of this second quarter. A lot of coming and going for this face-off. It's going to be an important one. Ryan Haig in there against McIntosh. Pulled out by the Bears Drummond. And all the way back to Henry on the crease. Oh, Schutzkowski just trapped that on the right pad. And now Sear will come back. Niall Sear slows it down, waits for help. Graham Bergsma tried to go behind the net with it. And Chase Martin was well onto that play. Now looking to spring Timothy. Patrick Timothy looking for a hat trick. All the way back down floor. Gilray going to slow it down. Atwood Back to Gilray, a couple moves. He was in the crease. Martin made the save anyways. As it's now going to be Ohsweken ball. Back near side here, McIntosh. He'll find Pedwell. Behind the back. Recipient didn't like that. Pass was errant, but now here comes Tompkinson and Nolan. The low shot saved by Martin, diving at it. Got a crease violation there against the Outlaws. Too many O's in this game. Patrick Timothy cross floor, the shot and the goal will retie it at 7. Minute and 1 second away from halftime. We're knotted at 7s. McIntosh and Morgan. Burning on the goal. Timothy picks up his 3rd point on the assist. 40 seconds left. Big high step shot from Burning. Henry picks up the rebound, looking to go over top of Schutzkowski, and he makes the arm save. The rebound picked up by the Bears. Eddie Renault. Sneaking up towards center is Chase Martin. Still about 3 seconds separating game and shot clock. Ball to the near side. Oshawa will pick up with Sear, and everyone's screaming for the timeout with 16 seconds left. Schutzkowski will come to the bench. Play gets blown in for Oshawa. 6-on-5 for the final 16 seconds. Blumberg's faking it to Gilmore. Now goes there for real. Down into the corner, St. John. Less than 5 to go to Blumberg's in the middle. His bouncer doesn't get all the way through. And as the Bears pick up, there will be half second left. I think they called timeout. This is going to be one heck of a play from Mouse Henry. Back underway here in the second half. We're all tied 7-7 between Oshawa and Ohsweken. This is where the game broke open for the Bears. The last time they met, a 5-goal run through the middle portion of this period. Although remember that their top scorers, Lane Smith, Aaron Snow, not in this game. That represents 7 of those 17 goals, though Dalen Burning did have a hat trick, already 1 goal towards that here in this one. Gareth Haig returns the pass for St. John, but he was wide open due to an illegal screen, and that means that Kent Baker Printup will run it in. Kyle Pedwell. Also with the goal. Shot rolls errant to the far side. Zach Tompkinson picks up for Noah Millsap. Too high for him to handle. So it's brought down by Anthony D'Amico. Now Kittle. For Renault. Big stop now. Kind of stop and go before he gave it back to Pedwell. Baker Printup. Double 8s again. Big seal as it comes in. The shot off the pad of Schutzkowski. It looks like they may have changed and gone to Jake Lazor here at halftime. I have to check that, but I think that's a new goaltender in for Oshawa. Ball bouncing back towards center. Just kept alive by Graham Bergsma. Now brought down. Haig scores! He'll complete the hat trick. Job done by McNulty and Bergsma, especially back at the halfway mark. Saves the over and back, sends it into McNulty, just beats the shot clock as well and gives Oshawa the lead. Morgan overruns that face-off, went back and gave McIntosh a shove. Played here for Pedwell. Henry will slow things down. Pedwell unassisted. Renault taken down in the crease of Lazor, and we'll get a holding penalty. The entire bench disagreeing with that call, but it will be the third power play of the game coming up here to Ohsweken. That's just unfair to the save from Bergsma to call that goal unassisted. But anyways, the holding call puts Ohsweken back in the power play. They had a 5-minute advantage in that second quarter, of which they gave up a shorthanded goal and did not score. And look out here as Nick Webb heads down floor. He'll set the screen for Zach Tompkinson, who walks in and shoots off the official and towards Chase Martin, who remains in the net. And that one had some anxious moments back in the Ohsweken end. 3 minutes gone here in the third. Kent Baker print up. Playing catch here on the near side. Now sends it back to Henry. They try and go cross floor with it. It's intercepted. And Taguri trying to break out. Didn't get a friendly bounce off the carpet. Then didn't get a friendly bounce off the end boards either. Still comes away with the ball, however. That's what earned him the name Pitbull in junior. And let's keep it here in the ALL because he scored another hard-working goal. Josh Taguri. Taguri chasing the ball down, had to battle for the loose ball, deal with the defender, stay out of the crease, and makes it 9-7. It feels like a big lead the way that this game has gone back and forth. But Pedwell now setting up again on the power play with Burning. Henry and Burning playing catch with it. No shot still. As they go down to the crease, looks like Jackson Martin may have touched the line. Going to be a moot point, however, as this will be intercepted. Noah Millsap coming in transition. Gets all kinds of tied up. And as James Martin touches it, we'll get another holding call back the other way. That one looked like good defense, but it will even the numbers here for 14 seconds and then put Oshawa on the man advantage. Oshawa trying to get the correct personnel out on the floor. And now they'll pull the goaltender to get McNulty on the play. As the penalty expires, Sear to the bench. Lazor back to the cage. St. John up top. Hatwood looking in the corner. Gilray misplayed it, allowing him. Blake Holiday close the distance. Big high step from Atwood behind. And Gilray to St. John, and no time for Haig to let one fly. This is a power play for Oshawa now. Scored just at the tail end of their first one and only of that first half. Just about 5 minutes gone in this third quarter. Baker print up over the top, takes a big chop. was Nick Webb playing defense on him. Lazor coming all the way out. Look out for the dunk here. Oh. Webb got all the way back to the crease to try and take that one away. Would have been close with the shot clock as well. But either way, it stays out, and it's in the stick of this power play unit of the Outlaws. St. John behind his back. Haig is high, as is it's Atwood. Off the end boards, right back to Gareth Haig. St. John fakes the pass, takes the shot. Lands right at the feet there of Josh Gilray, and then back into the crease of Martin. Martin directing traffic. Looking for the long bomb outlet. Not far enough for Dalen Burning. Here come the Outlaws again. Dying seconds, 10 left of this power play. This is about the time where they scored last time. Gilray, Haig, screen set by St. John. Shot comes from Gareth Haig. Looking to go back to Johnny out of the corner, Gilray. Even 5-on-5. St. John all alone in the crease is Gilray who scores. St. John grabs another assist, moving him into second place in points in the league. And 4 back of Devin Pfeiffer's assist total and 52 total points. Morgan and McIntosh. They're in a battle hard for this face-off. Look at this battle. Finally pulled by Morgan, but ball sort of sat dormant right at the dot, and Pedwell there to pull it free. He'll give to Timothy. Parker Timothy up for Pedwell. This ball is bouncing every which way and finally rolls into the crease of Lazor. 3 goals here in the quarter. Here's the difference so far for the Outlaws. Largest lead for either team in this game. Down is Gilmore. Somehow still gets it away to St. John behind the back. Was looking for Gilmore, who was cutting. Atwood picked it up and forces Martin into a save. Baker prints up. To the trailer, Burning. That shot saved by Lazor. Out to the outside. Baker prints up. Lost control of it there as he was being worked over by Nolan. Dangerously close to that half floor line. McNulty. He'll run in and stop, wait for Gilray. Gilray to the outside, big high step, Blumberg's. John St. John backs in, takes a defender with him, the shot! Ball's still rolling. St. John saying he can reach into crease to grab that, but we're going to get the officials' time out here on the stoppage, as they still try and sort out who's going to get possession here. Wait. Signal the penalty shot for St. John. Did the defender put his hand on the ball in the crease? Maybe that was the argument from St. John. Not that he could go after that ball that was sitting dormant in the crease. But that perhaps a defender touched it while it was laying at the feet of Chase Martin. John St. John to take the penalty shot here for Oshawa. One-on-one with Martin. Tons of moves and scores. That'll make it 11-7. And now a 4-goal run for the Outlaws. Morgan and McIntosh will go back to work. Game within the game here between these two at the dot. It's been a while since we've seen Ryan Haig take a face-off. Lundberg's with the ball up here to Atwood. He's going to go to the crease, goes high. That one missed everything past Martin and then bounces back towards the crease. Off an Oshawa player, no possession, so no over and or no back in, excuse me. Timothy to Kettle to Pedwell. 11-7 with 6.5 to go in the third. St. John penalty shot goal. Pedwell, the twist, will be over and back. Drops right in front of Nolan, who gets the quick restart on the crease. Diving is Haig, and so Ryan Haig is healthy. Just not taking faceoffs in favor of Riley Morgan. 6 minutes to play. Oshawa setting up. Pedwell has the trailer off the bench, comes and sets the screen, opening the shooting lane for Pedwell, and he takes it right in on Lazor, whose then sidearm pass was on the money to Gilmore, who had trouble with it, had to chase it to the outside boards. That let the Bears defense get out there. Gilray will now turn it back. Atwood steps up and fires. Off the end boards, then into the screening in front of our broadcast position. Pass from Dawit Martin. Falls Aaron Gilmore, the touch to St. John. And the shot just wide, and it's another one that misses the mark and goes over and back. Oshawa Bears get caught with too many players on the floor just as they were going to get a beautiful quick restart. And it'll be another power play here for the Outlaws. Oh. So correction, it was the Outlaws that had too many players. So the Bears have a chance perhaps to get their first goal of this half. All Oshawa so far with 4. And this ball will drop down, and that's indeed what happens with Dalen Burning scoring his second of the game. Lead back down to 3. Took about 22 seconds. Morgan back to the dot again against McIntosh. And they have been battling. They do it again. And give it to Morgan and the Outlaws. Gareth Haig to Atwood. St. John. Outside Haig. St. John looking to clear space for him. Sidearm shot underneath of Martin. And Costello will pick it up. Send it across the Kane Kettle. Pedwell passing through the middle late on the last man coming off for the change. Close in on 4 left to go in the quarter. Shot on the run. Pedwell sends it off the foot of Lazor. Back comes Ryan Haig. Had to double check to make sure he caught that ball clean. Had Sear with him. Elected to take the shot. And Martin made the save. Power play marker making it a 3-goal advantage here for the Outlaws with nearing 3.5 to go in the third quarter. Pedwell turns on the Jets, all alone in front, scores. And the gap down to 2 as the Bears are coming back now. Morgan and McIntosh will meet again. This time cleanly won by Morgan, it looked like. Popped out of the back of that face-off twig, although right to his teammate Nick Webb. Chiguri, quick up Blumberg's, pass in front. Gilray couldn't get a shot away, a defender right on him. Now he'll recover in time to pass to St. John. Gilmore, St. John out in front. No dunk try there. St. John can't bring it down, and it'll be a shot clock violation. 3 to play in the third. 11-9 here for Oshawa. Shot comes in on Lazor. Outlaws broke the 7-goal tie coming out of halftime, and really the only team that could put a substantial run together so far in this game, although Ohsweken have scored back-to-back to make it close here. St. John on the run, that low shot, and patented St. John release, except that time missed the mark, hitting a body in front. Now he's got to go without a stick and try and keep possession alive. Did kick it in the direction of Gareth Haig, but another shot clock that expires on the Outlaws. Henry off the bench. We'll slow it down. Now gets through Burning into the corner. Baker print up. Shot there, standing tall, Lazor. Officials say no reset. I thought the same thing as Ron Henry did. Here comes Millsap. Had Ryan Haig with him, but Costello was back to take transition away at Wallace. Fakes the pass to Gilmore, who's still faking like he's got it, going in on net. Atwood with the real pass to Blumbergs. Gilmore trying to feed Blumbergs, cutting back again. And another shot clock violation, 3 straight possessions, I believe. But the 30 has expired on the Outlaws. Henry into the corner. Renault steps up, rips the shot, rebound, falls right at the feet here of the Outlaws, and looking for Nick Andreoli down floor. That one too far. Got a shove on his man. 2 per side. Andreoli knocked down as Taguri goes and chases the ball carrier. Andreoli and Halliday still had a conversation on their way off. And that took more than the allotted 8 seconds, so the Outlaws back with it. The quick shot from Atwood. And Martin poking at his one-time teammate, Chris Atwood. D'Amico. Sidearm shot. That's off the mask of Lazor. Says he's all right. And took a peek at the clock, though, under 20 seconds. Baker Printup's going to wait, allowing Chase Martin to get to the bench. Renault. Running in is D'Amico. Henry can't hang on, turning and firing, and Lazor caught by Martin. I believe those two were a goaltending tandem at one point as well. Lots of connections in this game, but right now 11-9, Oshawa leads, headed to the final frame. It comes your way next from Children's Arena in Oshawa. This is the Arenalacrosseleague on the JVI Sports Network. Haig and McIntosh renew their rivalry here in the fourth quarter, but then the outlet pass ended up to Taguri. Blumberg's back with it, scores. Give him 4. Outlaws continue this run that they've been on through the half. A couple goals there broken up by the Bears. But it was pretty much an Outlaw quarter through that third. Graham Bergsma to the outside. Blumbergs may not be done yet. Shot there from Haig, scores. Haig and Blumberg's going back and forth now for who's going to score the most goals on this Oshawa team. That lead back up to 4 as they both have 4. Ryan Haig back to the faceoff dot, wins it to Wallace. Now Andrioli. Someone's lost the stick. It's Kieran Costello. As Gilmore will wait this one out. Atwood. All the way across floor for Blumbergs. Take another shot while you're hot. Goes to McNulty instead. On the run, Atwood. Ball rolls out the back door. Atwood through the middle. McNulty, no shot. So he does go to Blumbergs. Here's the shot. Martin over the top. Costello across center. Out to the outside. That hit off the dasher and landed right in the lap of Millsap, but was all tangled up, so it'll roll to breaker print up. They did give Oshawa a reset there, meaning that now Henry gets a fresh 30. Lazor sends it aside by the stick, and off to the races, Zach Tompkinson. And Martin throws the right wing out to take that corner away. Still Nolan and the Outlaws with possession. However, Graham Bergsma will run into the attacking zone. St. John. Cross crease looking for Bergsma on the quick stick. It bounced off a body and comes right back to St. John behind his back. Haig, low shot. Still all of this on Oshawa. Shot clock about to expire. Picked up by the Bears. And Tiamiko ran it down and had it swatted away. That sense it may have been better for them to take the over and back violation and set up. But anyways, Atwood one-on-one there with Timothy all the way back across for Bergsma, who shot, pulls it out and shoots. That's the way that crease rule is supposed to work. Except for Bergsma, it ended with the save from Chase Martin, and a good one on both ends. Dwight Martin had the glove knocked off his hand. Andrioli overran the ball. Then he does pick it up, spins back away. All of this on the Bears shot clock, which is down to a couple seconds. And they just saved the possession, getting it across. Henry to King Kettle. Nolan. White jersey streaming off the home bench with Blumbergs. Going back to the crease again. And it's off the arm of Martin. The return pass from Gilray intercepted. And here comes Oshawa back with Kettle. Baker print up. Crossbar from Burning, making his hat-trick bid. It's going to go all the way back down to Chase Martin. I think he was trying to bat it back in the direction here of Renault, so as to not get the reset, but got it anyways. Henry finds room to fire straight down the pipe. Now Lazor Nearly caught wandering a couple times since he came in at halftime. Ryan Haig on his wrong side, comes down, was looking for his brother Gareth in the corner. Lane was closed up. The Bears coming back in. Timothy tangled up with Taguri as those two transition speedsters took each other down. Back across Henry. Lost it off the tip of his stick, and now Tompkinson and Webb, not sure who of them were going to take it. Webb finds St. John off the bench, and he fires it off the leg of Pedwell before it goes up and out of play. (13-9) for the Outlaws here with just about 10 minutes left in regulation. Atwood from the outside. Finds a cutter in front. That was McNulty. Just floated it towards the net. Enough to get the reset. And Bergsma picks it out of midair to score. That looked like that pass was headed back up the middle all the way. And it's another point for St. John. Give him 6 in the game, 5 of those assists. Haig and McIntosh. Back of the dot again. Haig winning it cleanly. All the way back into his own zone, however, so picked up by Ryan Nolan. Outlaws will clear center within the allotted 8 seconds. Lead up to 5. One more and it'll be the most between these two teams all season. Gareth Haig in through the twist shot on the doorstep, whistle had gone. With St. John right there looking for his second. Kettle has help off the bench. Coming back across to Renault. Got a quick start in this game. Not much heard from him until that dive attempt. Save made by Lazor, though. Going to say a quiet second half here for Eddie Renault. Aiden Saint with some speed. Bouncing across to Drake Strasser. Atwood with it. It rolls past Bergsma. And look out here as running into it, Kieran Costello, his shot off the arm of Lazor. Costello back foot tapped in the crease. It goes back to the Outlaws. Bergsma. 8.5 to go here in the fourth. Gilmore to St. John. Low shot, Atwood. Big tie up down there in the crease as Gilmore gets back upright. D'Amico. Finds Pedwell off the bench. He high steps, crashes into his man, finds space, takes the shot. Lazor the save. Picked up by Andrioli. He wants Sear to take it to the rack. He does. And the save is made by Chase Martin. In transition again, the score. Pedwell. Completes his hat trick from Dawit Martin as both teams went back and forth. It seemed like only a matter of time before someone put a transition goal in, and they do, making it 14-10. I think this is the first time today that McIntosh does not take the face-off. Ball got stuck in the pocket of Ryan Haig, so only 6 seconds away from the officials' timeout. Thought they were going to take it, but this will be a bouncer over to Renault. Bears seeing if they can get one before the break. Henry cross four. Off the end glass, bouncer back, and the Outlaws. With Morgan up for Millsap. Has one coming off the bench, it's Gareth Haig. With his fifth, restoring that 5-goal lead. McIntosh back out there, if you couldn't tell by the fierceness of the face-off battle. As Niall Sear will play it down, and Blomberg's on the doorstep, waved off in the crease. And number 5 will have to wait. And if it comes, it'll be after the official's timeout. Under 7 left to go here in regulation time, 15-10. Here for the Outlaws. Although only 14 on my sheet for a while there. Henry over the top, shoots. That one skips just wide. Officials will talk, and they say that it did hit Lazor for going up out of play. Renault. Cross floor, Pedwell. Renault backing away from pressure. Sears shoved outside, and this one goes up and into the roof. Lazor looking for an outlet. He'll bounce it towards the front door. That's where John St. John is. Waiting for the rest of the offense, which includes Chris Atwood. St. John here for Gilray. Shot whistled past everybody, then Gilray turned and ran towards the crease. Atwood with a big grin under his face mask. Kent Baker prints up with the ball. Atwood going to stay out on defense here. Renault went for the stick check, and look out with Renault crossing through again. Got rocked in that first quarter. Now up for Andrioli, low shot. Martin the save, and Andrioli is going to be called for running through the crease. Loose ball here, skipping away from Peyton McIntosh. Gets it back on the second chance. I believe that was Aiden Saint that came in and here nearly destroyed a couple different players. Got a Bears player down. Hobbling off is Dalen Burning behind the play. We close in on 5 minutes left to go. Bergsma, Gareth Haig out to the outside. Clock here in-house showing 15-10. Bergsma will turn the Jets tried to give it back to Blumbergs. Wonder if the scorekeeper in-house counted that crease dive. Kittle. Here on the outside, Henry shoots around Nolan, a bouncer that Lazor saw at the last minute. Still able to make the save. Henry, number of fakes. Lazor goes with all of them, and that might even be a better save. Tompkinson looking to lead Nolan. Runs into it, trailing Tompkinson. Arm save made by Martin, who's been solid here in this game. Atwood. Aaron pass bounce straight to Baker print up. Now comes McIntosh in all alone, and Lazor's got it in his pad somewhere, although he didn't know where it was. Dragged out by Webb. Webb looking into the corner. Gareth Haig stops short of the crease. Now winding and firing St. John. Timothy couldn't corral it. Costello does. Kieran Costello looking to lead transition. He'll skip a shot in on Lazor, who goes back after the rebound. Costello for Timothy. Maybe rushed it a little bit, sensing Lazor out of position. What a play by Nick Webb. Kick it back to Millsap and gain possession back. Gilray, the around the world pass, looking there for St. John on the crease. He's now to the outside. Ball's gone. It's back here for Gilray, who shoots over the shoulder. Bergsma only has 5 to get a shot off. Desperate attempt, sending it towards Martin and wide. Gilray, no time for a shot on his end, as we're under 3 to play here in regulation. Again, in-house showing a 5-goal advantage, and Mouse Henry and the Oshawa Bears are going to call timeout to set up this play. Thanks, buddy. Baker print up will start back at the restraining line. Moving it to the outside. Interesting that they do keep Chase Martin in between the pipes. Trailing by 5 with less than 3 to play. Renault up top, Baker print up, fires and hits his own guy, who falls through the middle. Called it on a deflection, so no over and back, but the shot clock now down to 2. Picked up by Millsap, and the bench of Joe Hiltz wants to slow this one down and take us into the 2-minute warning. 15-10 is the score. They did double check on the timeout, as St. John lofted a shot over top of everybody. Halliday and Wallace, those two number 4s have met each other more than a few times in this game, as they did right there close to center. From up top, Pedwell's shot, that'll hit the back dasher and bounce in the direction of Taguri, whose long pass leads St. John, rings it off the crossbar. Back for Taguri. A win here would be the 5th of the season for the Oshawa Outlaws, tying Peterborough and Paris, who play each other in the final game of the week tomorrow. Graham Bergsma rips a shot at the tail end of the shot clock. It's going to bounce, well, towards a couple Bears players who couldn't pick up, and Aiden Saint will get the reset. Reminder that if you're watching this on YouTube, you can subscribe to the channel for that game, as well as the one preceding this one, Whitby and Six Nations. And a good one from Brampton last night as well, Toronto and Brampton. Ball lifted in on Chase Martin, and it looks like it's dribble it out time. Baker print up. Down the boards to Renault. Back to Baker print up as they play catch. ISO play for Renault. Pick comes in from Pedwell. Renault to the cage, scores. Well, it took a while, but Eddie Renault does get the hat trick. It is a Oshawa debut. .20 seconds left to go. The gap down to 4. As we'll get one more battle here between Ryan Haig and Peyton McIntosh. A 10-second battle so far. I think Haig content just to keep it there as he peeks at the clock for a second time. I think both combatants okay to just let this one run out and signal a 15-11 victory for the Oshawa Outlaws, who will make a statistical three-way tie for second place between them, Paris, and Peterborough. Our producer and director today was Gary Morrison for the JVI Sports Network and Paul St. John of the Arenalacrosseleague League. I'm Matthew Carrick. Thank you for tuning in. Your final score, 15-11, the Oshawa Outlaws win. Thank you for watching. We'll talk to you again soon.